a world that gets uglier and stupider and more stunted. You want an image of the future, Winston? It's a boot stomping on a human face forever. Don't look at me, Winston, and see the black circles around my eyes and see how ugly and weak I am, expressing myself and dying, that I torture people 18 hours a day, and I have a horrible life. That's the beauty of the satanic evil of the priest of power, ripping apart humanity. We're here to hurt humans. We're here to suck your guts out.
For more than 2 decades, one voice stood out in American broadcasting: loud, unapologetic, and unwilling to conform. That voice belonged to Alex Jones. Through his show Infowars, Jones built a media empire outside the mainstream, offering millions an alternative view of world events. To some, he was a provocateur. To others, he was a defender of liberty, a broadcaster who dared to challenge official narratives, government secrecy, and corporate control of the media. His journey from small-town radio host to global figure is both controversial and emblematic of the battle over free speech in the digital age.
First of all, I'd like to thank all the viewers out there for all the support for the program. I'd like to thank y'all for all your feedback and all the information. I've been getting a lot of requests for me to take more calls, so we have more of a dialogue. And so for the last 8 or 9 months since I've been doing the show, I usually only take 6 to 10 calls a program. I'm going to go through some quick news of the week, and then we'll go right into y'all's phone calls. I can see we're screening some calls right now.
Alex Jones began in Austin, Texas in the mid-1990s. His shows focused on government overreach, questions about wars, and the influence of shadowy elites. Long before it was popular, he warned about mass surveillance, erosion of constitutional freedoms, and the dangers of a centralized global system.
I mean, I can say, here's the weapon plan. And they'll go, I don't care, we are ugly and deserve to die. Humans are evil. And the ones you get through that actually see it, they go, that's right. And we are going to kill everybody. I want to kill my children. I want to be ugly. You're like, wow, boy, you really are liberal, aren't you? They're all like that. I'm ugly and I stink and I love Satan.
By the early 2000s, Infowars became more than a local broadcast. It was a movement. His documentaries circulated widely. His website drew millions. And his fiery radio presence inspired a following that spanned the political spectrum. Whether people agreed with him or not, they tuned in, because Jones was saying things few others dared to say. Jones's hallmark was skepticism, questioning official accounts of events like 9/11, foreign wars, and government programs. He gave airtime to voices outside the mainstream, asking hard questions about corruption, corporate greed, and political manipulation. But with that skepticism came intense opposition. Critics accused him of spreading falsehoods.
The first thing you should know about the Alex Jones Show is nothing. But unfortunately, it is an important part of a lot of people's media diets. An estimated 6 million people listen to his radio show or watch it online every week. And we know at least one Jones fan seems to be current Russian ambassador to the United States, Donald Trump. He supposedly called Jones after the election, has tweeted content from Infowars and one of its editors, and just a year and a half ago even appeared on his show.
Supporters saw him as doing what journalists should, refusing to blindly accept official stories. Jones himself often reminded audiences, "Don't take my word for it. Do your own research."
Marco Rubio the snake. Little frat boy here.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Who are you, man?
Yeah,
Who's
sure.
this guy? I swear to God, I don't
You
know
better
who you
hope
are,
you can
man.
deplatforming. Tens of millions of views.
Infowars.
Bigger than Rush Limbaugh. He knows who Infowars is. Playing this joke over here. That's why, and the deplatforming didn't work.
But here's the question. Here's a question.
Hey, don't touch me again, man. I'm asking you not to touch me.
Well, sure, I just patted you nicely.
I know, but I don't want to be. I don't know.
Oh, you want me to get
man.
arrested?
I don't know who you are.
It's not just going to
You're
take my
not
First
gonna get arrested,
Amendment.
man. You're
It's
not
not
gonna
just
get
enough to
arrested.
take my
I'll
First
take care of it
Amendment.
myself.
Oh, he'll beat me up.
I didn't say that.
I know I am, but he's so mad. You're not going to silence me. You're not going to silence America.
But there are people.
You are literally like a little gangster thug.
There are people in this country.
Rubio just threatened to physically take care of me.
It was this attitude that made Infowars both magnetic and controversial, a platform that challenged, provoked, and forced conversations the establishment preferred to avoid. Alex Jones's Magellan rant is one of his most infamous viral clips, where he passionately claimed that Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan circumnavigated the globe to prove the Earth was round, using it as a metaphor for human perseverance and discovery.
Your children are turned into mindless vassals who now they look up to some twit instead of looking up to Thomas Jefferson or looking up to Nikola Tesla or looking up to Magellan. I mean, kids, Magellan's a lot cooler than Justin Bieber. He circumnavigated with one ship the entire planet. He was killed by wild natives before they got back to Portugal. And when they got back, there was only like 11 people alive of the 200 and something crew, and the entire ship was rotting down to the waterline. That's destiny. That's will. That's striving. That's being a trailblazer, an explorer, going into space, mathematics, quantum mechanics, the secrets of the universe. It's all there. Life is fiery with its beauty. It's incredible detail. Tuning into it. They want to shatter your mind talking about Justin Bieber.
The outburst, delivered in his trademark intense style, has since been widely shared online as both a parody and an example of his fiery, unscripted broadcasting. Alex Jones's 2013 appearance on the BBC's Sunday Politics with Andrew Neil showcased his trademark intensity as he forcefully challenged mainstream narratives and defended his right to free speech.
We're joined by Alex Jones, an American shock jock. He's been campaigning for more openness at the Bilderberg conference. David Aronovich, who's always sniffy about conspiracy theories. He's a columnist for The Times. Alex Jones, you've been covering Bilderberg for a long time. What have you ever found out about it?
In that piece you just played, there's nothing in the water. Hydrofluorosilicic acid in major Harvard studies has been causing a 7-fold increase in bone
What's
cancer.
that got to do with
Boom.
Bilderberg?
What have I discovered about Bilderberg? The
Yeah.
BBC was able to get the documents decades ago that they helped found the euro, which was actually a Nazi German plan to take over countries economically. No, that's on record. And I've interviewed members of the EU Parliament on the subject who were out there at the event.
But what's that got to do with
3,000
with
people. They turned
Bilderberg?
1,000. Bilderberg is heavily involved in the EU plan and helped hatch it, and it is a Nazi plan. They had Lockheed scandals, just like the big lobbying scandals right now in the 70s, and that's why the SS officer, Prince Bernhard, the founder, had to step down. It is the ultimate lobbying meeting while you guys have this huge scandal going on. Your prime minister's going there. Balls was just here, Bilderberg group member. We have forced them from cover to admit that there are puppeteers above the major
let me
parties.
bring David Aronovich. So now we know
Infowars.com
now we know that Bilderberg has given us the euro.
Yes, I mean, if you talk to Alex for any length of time, you discover all kinds of things that you didn't know about the world.
We've blown it wide open.
You have. You have absolutely blown it wide open. But it leaves me with a huge question for you, Alex. And it's really, you have uncovered the New World Order, which is deadly. It's full of what you call people who are criminals. Well, this is what I'm coming to. It's full of criminals, etc., who seek to run the world and will kill anybody who gets in their way. And you are almost, or have been, a lone crusader powering against them.
No,
so how come?
How am I alive?
How are you still alive?
Why am I alive?
Well, no, which is the listen,
Why am I alive?
which is the explanation? One, they don't exist. Or two, you're part of the conspiracy.
No, let me tell you a story.
I say the first.
5 years ago when Obama and Hillary...
I say the second.
5 years ago when Hillary and Obama were at Bilderberg and the Secret Service was there in helicopters, the New York Times came out and said I was crazy. There was no Bilderberg group meeting. And my wife got phone calls, and so did I, threatening to kill us. And the people said, and you better take it serious because you were just talking to your dad that was in the hospital. You better shut your mouth or we're going to cut your head off.
But
now
if
that's
they were going to kill
that
you,
they listen to everybody's phone lines. They call up and harass people that expose them and tell them what they were just talking about.
They harass
You're going to
people.
say there's no spying.
Alex,
It's like Nazi Germany. We only spy on the bad guys, huh?
You let him speak now.
Well,
Sure.
Alex,
I saw one of your ministers say this, though.
No,
Alex,
let
I'm
him
here.
speak.
I am
There's tyranny.
No, shut up.
Infowars.com.
I'm here to testify that your head was not cut off.
Ladies and
Are you
gentlemen,
sure
if
about
they
that?
kill me, it turns me into a martyr. It puts big exclamation points on the end of what I've said, and I have put out a lot of information. There's millions of others that are exposing it. And look, we have mega banks that are getting $85 billion a month of U.S. taxpayer money. Most of it goes to Europe and England. British taxpayers, EU taxpayers have to pay to these mega bankers. They're in there setting this up. It's come out. And then the media distracts you with, look at a guy that talked to a lobbyist when the real lobbyist is going on.
Listen, you're not going to dominate this. He gets to speak too. It's not your own radio show.
I believed in...
Hey, listen, I'm here to warn people. You keep telling me to shut up. This isn't a game. Okay, our government in the U.S. is building FEMA camps. We have an NDAA where they disappear people now. You have this arrest for public safety, life in prison.
You are the worst person I've ever interviewed.
No, it's basically off with their heads, disappear them,
David, thank you for being with us.
Infowars.com.
It's 11:30. You're watching the Sunday Politics. We have an idiot in the program today. Coming up in just 20 minutes.
You will not stop the Republic. Humanity is awakening. Infowars.com. No, you guys are crazy.
I'll be looking at the week ahead with our political panel. Until then, the Sunday Politics across the UK.
Though the exchange grew heated, the moment highlighted Jones's uncompromising style and his refusal to back down, even when confronted on an international stage. By the late 2000s, Jones faced a coordinated crackdown. Major tech companies, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, banned him and his content. They cited policy violations. Jones and his supporters saw something deeper: the silencing of dissent, the setting of a dangerous precedent for free speech. To his audience, Jones became a symbol, a warning about the fragility of free expression in the digital era. The most serious blow came from the aftermath of the 2012 Sandy Hook tragedy. Statements Jones made questioning aspects of the event led to lawsuits from grieving families. Courts ruled against him, awarding staggering judgments totaling over $1 billion.
Conspiracy theorist Alex Jones is still fighting with the legal system, saying he doesn't have the money to pay the billions of dollars that he owes to families of Sandy Hook victims. Now, Jones insisted for years that the Sandy Hook elementary school shooting was a government hoax, that it was created to try to influence gun control laws. But juries in Texas and Connecticut awarded the families $1.5 billion in damages. During a hearing this week, a judge approved an order that prevents the plaintiffs from pursuing collection of the money while Jones and his media company Free Speech Systems go through bankruptcy proceedings. But on his online show Infowars, Jones insists he's nearly broke.
Jones argued he was being punished not simply for mistakes, but for challenging narratives and exercising free speech. His legal team pointed out that the damages far exceeded typical defamation cases, suggesting he was made an example of. To his supporters, the trials were less about justice and more about silencing a controversial broadcaster. Facing these judgments, Jones and his company, Free Speech Systems, were forced into bankruptcy proceedings.
Because unlike Fauci, I don't tell lies. You got that? That's my secret. My brain becomes more powerful every day because I've trained myself not to lie to myself, not to lie to my audience, and not to lie in front of God.
Trustees moved to liquidate assets, threatening to dismantle Infowars entirely. For many, it wasn't just the end of a media outlet. It was the state crushing a man whose only crime, in their eyes, was speaking too freely. Even as his platform was stripped away, Jones kept broadcasting, reminding listeners of his central message, that liberty once lost is rarely regained. Today, Alex Jones's reach is diminished, but his influence lingers. His warnings about surveillance, global governance, and media censorship, once dismissed as fringe, are now widely discussed. Millions still seek him out, seeing him as a truth-teller punished for challenging power. Whether one views him as reckless or as a patriot, Alex Jones embodies the clash between authority and dissent in the 21st century. Alex Jones may have lost his company, his fortune, and his standing in mainstream culture. But to his supporters, he remains a fighter, proof that the struggle for free speech is far from over. And in that struggle, Infowars was more than a show. It was a symbol of resistance in an age when the right to speak freely is on trial. Despite the bankruptcy proceedings, Infowars is still on the airwaves and refuses to be silenced, with over 1 million listeners tuning in daily. Thanks for watching. Curious about other famous faces from the past and whatever happened to them? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to catch our latest videos.